So Oscar going back towards something that has been a bit of a mixed bag from, but comfort for him into these kind of matchups.
And definitely something that can work into the Jax, the ability just to body slam him away when he looks for that counter strike. There's a certain symmetry in these drafts though that we saw the last time Razork brought out the Neferi was in spring playoffs in game 3 versus KC when they were about to be 3-0 by KC. So if they can scale, which the composition definitely allows them to do, and get a big lead here is Razork's going to go intangible. Targamas are looking for that CC route. Mickey diving in though, when they dive onto Kalista, who has to flash away. The ricochet will start to shred through Fnatic. They back away immediately. Mickey's on the wrong side of this wall and doesn't really have a hope in hell of escaping. KC should claim first blood. Mickey's going to chase up Kalista. Meanwhile, Razork trying to dive in onto Yike. Jumps across into Targamas as well, but he's got no mid laner here. With Vladdy moving across for mid, Razork has to flash the wall. It is very hard for Fnatic to actually get on top of him that easily. You've got Nature's Grasp, you've got a Counter Strike, you've got the Spell Shield, you've got a Nautilus. Like, yes, you can dive in, but that's tricky. As Targamas going to get knocked up here. Does have the flash, upset Valkyrie forward. Dredgeline away from Targa. Razork hits the Dark and Daggers, but only onto Kalista.
But it's also a very different look from Fnatic. Like, a lot of when Razork plays, it's on enablers, right? To set up his lanes, try and get people like upset ahead. This is very much a Fnatic playing for him, but playing against Kana here.
Strike into the crash down. Kana will pop the Grandmaster's Might and leap strike to a minion. Dodges to the side of the explosive cast with that flash. He'll survive.
And is this not a different Fnatic we're seeing? It's Mickey consistently going top and pressuring Kana. This feels unheard of, the Fnatic that I was watching a few weeks ago. All they knew was bot, but this Fnatic is playing the map and they're playing it comprehensively.
And putting pressure into Oscar and as Razork was able to take 2 of the Town's pursuit. He flashes. Oh, the Destiny for the vision is beautiful! That was team coordination to a T from Fnatic, and now they're looking for Targamas under the turret. Razork will have the Hound's pursuit again, dashes in, can eviscerate to drop away some of the aggro. There's 2 to the dogs. Who let him out? Fnatic. The question is, will we see a fight around the neck? Still 5 minutes away for the Rift Herald and 4 minutes for the Drake, so we have a few moments to relax and wonder if Fnatic are going to make their 30.
He canceled his Q.
Beautiful.
Oh my god!
Who is this man? You take him to Spain and he's living La Vida Loca, apparently. It's only 12 minutes in as Targamas caught out a little bit with those Dark and Daggers. You can see the chunk. As soon as you get that Spear of Zojin, becomes so hard to fight against. Dredgeline going in onto Mickey. There's the Destiny. Targamas trying to get out because the Hound Pursuit's going to chase him down. Razork goes intangible. They dive back onto Yike. Razork now needs to get out. Doesn't have the flash. And Kalista will put a boomerang into his backside. The dive in! A twisted advance from Yike finds 2! With a Nature's Grasp and a Bramble Smash, he'll find his marks. That's 2 for them. Counter-strike out from Kana. Oscar still needs to be a little bit cautious. Only has a lot of ages right now and a tier. Perhaps he'll be the one queuing after this. Kana dives back in. Good knockback from Oscar to survive.
There is life in KC, yes. And what I was going to say was that Fnatic, this is a very different composition again. This is one that, while it looks fantastic, can crumble at a moment's notice. And KC showing that there is still cracks in the Fnatic defense yet.
Oscar looking for another bomber, puts the ward into the bush. Grandmaster's Might. There's no mana on Kana, but the TP comes in. KC bail out their top laner in what was a very precarious situation.
But it's Oscar that's able to get all this pressure.
And Fnatic somehow find a way. KC trying to stymie that, trying to stop it. Dredgeline's going to hit, but Poby's going to walk away. In fact, he's going to walk back forward. TP coming in. Targamas stunned up, tried to flash away. The TP cancelled up towards the top side as Oscar was caught out by Yike, Kalista, and Kana. He's going to try and get away, but the Nature's Grasp is going to follow him. Meanwhile, on the bot side, you can see Razork still chasing onto Vladdy. The Rift Herald used to charge down the tower. Vladdy will die. Rift Herald, where you're going back towards the tier 2. 1-for-1 exchange, but a tower alongside it for Fnatic.
And it's Fnatic that are winning out in this trade as they get the bot tower and they're going to get the tier 2. And Kana might be able to pick up this top tower, but it's Fnatic that are constantly ahead in tempo. And even when Oscar dies here...
He finds him. Does he? Okay, Wars past target. TP
and
coming
Kana
out
TP, so he doesn't get the top tower, but he does have a flank on the bot.
They're looking for the collapse onto Poby here, who has the flash and has the teleport and has the destiny. Locks a gold card in. We'll wait for the counter-strike. Knockout coming out from Targamas. I think they're just giving up Poby.
Another TP behind, though.
Exhaust down onto Kana. Razork needs to run away, but he's got so many tools to do so. Eviscerates across the wall. Vladdy's still on the chase. Mickey dismounted for now, but remounts, finds the horse in time to gallop his way back to the turret.
Fnatic haven't started the Dragon up immediately, though. Now the wave's been dealt with by Vladdy. Can KC mount some sort of attack here as Fnatic look to just steal the Dragon run?
Targamas goes in with the Hex Flash. Nature's Grasp coming out. Oscarin's going to be able to dodge that. Meanwhile, Mickey caught out. He'll crash down back into the pit. Oscarin on the wrong side of this fight, but he's so tanky for now. Kana dives in with a counter-strike, finds Mickey. Oscarin already dead. A good stun card from Poby. The Death Judge will follow him down. 2 already. For KC, the 5v5 fight is exactly where they thrive, but they can't find more out of it. They do get the Drake, though. Great from Yike there to land the smite, I think. That's a sneaky play if I've ever seen it. Vladdy trying to answer on this side lane. Mickey just waiting. Vladdy's going to check it, and Mickey realizes, okay, perhaps I can't do too much more. Goes in with a Magnet Storm still. Nature's Grasp going to follow him home, and I think Fnatic are the ones with a little bit of desperation coming out now. Mickey went for the engage. No real follow-up from his team. He'll die to Vladdy. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Kalist was chunked out, but he survived. A 1-for-0 exchange so far. Razork chasing Yike down, upset, having to Valkyrie forward, but immediately concussive blows coming out from Targamas. He'll cleanse, he'll flash away. They dive back in. Razork finds Carnage.
Kalist is in base.
Kalist is in base. He had to recall because of the trade in the mid lane. And Yike escapes with his flash. 1-for-1 the exchange in totality. Is it going to be enough into a depth charge and on the hunt, an Arcane Storm? Yike on his way, doesn't have that Nature's Grasp. A stun card from Poby has to flash the Dredge line. Arsakan down to 4,000 HP. TP coming in from Kana as they look for the fight. Razork stepping forward, but he's already down to half HP. Yike going in as well. Look at that smite. It's Razork that gets the Arsakan, but it's Mickey who's going to pay for it with his life. A twisted advance from Yike will find his mark. Nature's Grasp coming out now. Fnatic scattering, fleeing the scene of the crime. They snuck it away from KC.
Just an excuse to drag Fnatic into a fist fight, but Mickey again sneaking around.
So sneaky from Mickey. Finds the Shadowing Strike into the crashdown. They just want to chunk out Kana. Explosive card spread. They're knocked out. There's the Magnet Storm. Follow-up Hound's Pursuit in from Razork, and Kana is down. Drake up in a minute. It's still a while. Hound's Pursuit in again by Razork. Immediately jumps up into the corner of the pack to negate the Bramble Smash out from Yike. Eviscerate forward, trying to get that mid lane control once again. 2.5k in terms of stats.
Oscar Inden is playing around this ward on the bottom side, though. There's a ward here, and he's managed to sneak over the wall. Now actually just spotted by Yike. A little bit on his lonesome.
I mean, Yike's going to get chunked out. Uses the Nature's Grasp as well, which is huge. That's a big ultimate that won't be available for the Cloud Drake fight. Poby stunned up in the gravity field. Oscar Inden going back in, trying to make the tree go timber. And there's the follow-up. Twisted advance forward. Razork getting chunked out quite a ton. As the redemption comes out, Kana flashes for it. One down on either side. Oscar Inden on that front line, but Fnatic can't take the fight anymore. They need the picks. They need to find the sneaky routes in. But with both junglers down, KC just going to start up this dragon.
Oscar is looking to base and TP back here with full HP. If he can find the angle.
Stunned. I thought for a second he was just going to dive in immediately with a counter-strike. Oscar in, looking for that flank. Targamas can dive on him immediately, and they have a ton of CC. He's very tanky and has the Seekers just picked up, so can stop time for a second. Magnet Storm in by Mickey. The Gatling gun from Upset. Kana counter-strikes the gold card and dives onto Poby. Poby almost dies to the laser, but doesn't quite go down. Upset's going to kill off Kana. Meanwhile, on the top side of the fight, Oscar in getting chunked out, and Kalist and Vladdy will secure that kill.
And KC have the better team fighting comp.
See what he can find. Fnatic trying to get some semblance of control around the Baron right now. Their gold lead shrinking by the second. Yike has done such a good job of making sure he survives, dives forward with a twisted advanced explosive cast. Not quite there. Hound's Pursuit available to Razork. Can look for the engage. Arcane Storm out from Vladdy just to disengage. Kalist and Upset fighting down towards the bottom side of the fight as Kana is yet to TP in.
But that's exactly what Jack was talking about. They're so quick and they can't really find anything. Kana has prevented or stopped his reset on the bottom side. He wants to just keep pushing as KC. They're corralling Fnatic, keeping them busy so then this Jax can do work on the bottom lane.
So hard now for Fnatic to find the engage they really need. Depth charge onto Mickey, goes out of vision, double redemption out, but Mickey will be the first to fall. He goes down. Kana continues to push in bots.
And it feels like the nail in coffin for Fnatic. They weren't able to find it. They might be able to pick off Kana here, but KC will be able to get this Baron Nashor. We'll see if they can even pick up Kana with how fast he is with his Cloud Soul.
He doesn't have the flash. Counter-strike out, rapid fire onto him. Will get the gold card connection stun. Kana still trying to chase away, but the exhaust and the flash forward from Poby will get the CC. Oscar is still looking for that flank position. Can go in. It will be Kana's life for Baron, if he even dies. Explosive cast back, Kana will fall. Upset gifted the gold, but the Baron for KC. Fnatic still fishing for something. In fact, it's Targamas who fishes, chucks out the hook, connects onto a wall. TP behind as Poby begins to run. Depth charge coming out as well. The heal, the redemption, everything being used to try and get Poby out of this situation, but there's no escape from the clutches of Kana and Kalist. Mickey and Poby fall, and KC might just look for the win.
They might just take the game right here.
I mean, they might just be able to close it out. 30 seconds before Poby is back up. 15 on Mickey, does have the Magnet Storm. Razon coming with the damage onto Vladimir, it's just not enough. The comfort picks for KC seem to have paid off. The Nexus tower's falling. Oscar in and trying to defend. Explosive cast might be used just to clear out that minion wave, but the Baron up minions so strong. Kana diving back in, Shadowing Strike crash down, will get the stun onto him. Dredgeline dodged by Mickey, steps down away from it. The Gravity Well finds the stun. Kalist and Yike begin to open up on the mid lane inhibitor tower.
And for the first time, Fnatic look like they're bleeding, but it's Fnatic who are on the chase.
Oscar in and chasing in. He's the only one with TP on this team. Poby goes in with the Destiny. They dive to Vladdy. Magnet Storm out. Mickey finds one. They'll look for two. Kana jumps away with the lead strike. Pops the stopwatch. Goes golden. But he is just going to his grave. Fnatic find two more. Dredgeline away from Targamas. They're in.
But it's Elder. It's Elder in 40 seconds.
In 4 seconds, as you say. 40 seconds on Kana and Vladdy. They'll be back up just in time for the Elder spawn.
I think KC might have to give it. It looks like they're not deciding to enter, and they're going to give Fnatic the Elder. What is happening?
It wouldn't be an LEC series with Worlds qualification on the line if we didn't get a roller coaster of a gold graph, guys. KC had control of the game. They greeded, they split, they looked for the Nexus towers, and you talked about it, Jack. You said, when you are in this position in a series, it is so easy to overstep. The Elder will be secured by Fnatic. Razor waiting on it just a little bit.
They're trying to time it a little bit with the Baron. Sure. Very smart here by Fnatic.
They want to have that buff for the Baron fight. They'll continue to wait. Mickey was looking for Kana, who successfully dodges away from it. They just hold it, and there we are, 2 minutes before the Baron. Fnatic will steal everything they can. The goal is basically irrelevant at this point.
Kalist needs to be careful.
Yeah, might need to back away a little bit here. Fnatic timing this with the minion wave coming in. Hex flash forward by Mickey. Hound's pursuit on Kalist. The spell shield coming out as well. He's going to dash away. Call of the pack for Razzle will get him out of dodge. Oscar in and pops the stopwatch, and Fnatic pop the tower. They'll take another one in this unrelenting push, but with Baron coming up in 20 seconds and the Elder falling off in 45, they want to go back and regain control. Look at the bot wave, though. Super minions pushing in there. At some point, someone's going to have to deal with that. And if Fnatic don't deal with it, double TPs from KC.
But Poby found the pick.
Poby finds the pick. Onto Yankee, twisted advance forward. Upset flashing. The dragon comes in. Fnatic Dragons find their way to the rift. The Elder laser enough to kill off the enemy jungle.
But KC are pinging enemy Nexus. They're thinking about TPing, but Fnatic want to keep fighting. Oh, this game is on a knife's edge here.
Oscar Ridden needs to reset. You can see him. He's just got that channel off. Vladdy couldn't interrupt him with that ray. And now the minions are on towards the Nexus tower.
Elder down to 6.
That's it. That's the Elder buff gone. KC, they can potentially take the fight when they see Oscar Ridden in the base.
KC have an advantage around the Baron pit right now. They've got an extra man. Poby, no destiny for him. He's going to have to sprint across it. Pops the Ghost to do so. Meanwhile, Oscar Ridden TPing behind. KC, the ones now getting caught, perhaps in their own jungle. A hook onto Oscar Ridden. Targamas chunked out. Mickey cleanses away with the unsealed spellbook. He's looking for that Magna Storm flash. Across the wall, can't find it. Fnatic turn their eyes back towards the Baron. 5 seconds on Yike.
KC are just playing this push and pull. Tried to delay by time for Yike. He's now spawned, but he needs to get to the Baron, and it might just be gone.
It's already down to 6,000. Kana dives in. Razzle dashes away. Mickey gonna get caught out by Kalist. But Kalist on the wrong side of the wall. The Baron goes over. And it's Razzle who gets it. Kalist with a GA. Kana gets one. And he's looking for more. Poby has to flash away. But although Fnatic got the Baron, KC clean up the fight.
KC no va a morir ya. They are taking it back. They're not out yet as they bring this series to game 4.
It's Mickey against the world. And KC are happy to put him in his place as they march down the mid lane. And KC, with the ace, have just done it.
Impatience around the Nexus was almost their downfall. Patience at the Baron is what will keep them in this series. KC are not done yet.
My God, what a series we have here. Such close games, back to back to back. And you can see how both teams are fighting so damn hard.